Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Salomon7. Before I start this video talking about this topic, I wanted you guys to inform you that one of the things that is happening right now is the fact that I will be off to Germany in Berlin with my family on vacation for starting from the 10th of August all the way to 15th of August. So I'm gonna be away from my home for 5 days. And second of all is I'm using a new recording software called Streamlabs. I've been using a new recording software so you could record some footage for not just for for my face cam stuff, but I also wanted to record some videos. Hence why this topic, I will show you guys some gameplay footages of online games. Unfortunately, since I don't have a very strong laptop or even have a stationary computer that can do streaming or anything like that or record games really well, you will see some really choppy frame rate. I apologize for that because, like I said, I can't afford everything. There are limits what I can and I can't buy, and like I said, I live in a small country, so pay is very low here as well. So and the third thing is, I apologize if I don't make videos as often as other YouTubers do. It's because I'm a bit busy. I've been, like I said, I have responsibilities outside of my own home. I've been taking care of my dog. She's a little monster a little bit, but at least the life is not as dull as you think. Even though she sometimes kind of pisses her a lot of us off the way she acts as a puppy, but overall she's still young, and hopefully over the years she's gonna learn to behave herself. But we shall see how that goes. But anyways, my dog is outside, so I can record much easier. Nobody's at home, so I don't have to worry about people, coming up to me, yelling at me. Why am I talking to myself or something like that? Man, I really need to move out of this house. But that's gonna happen like, I don't know, like 20 years later or something. God damn. My life sucks. But anyways, let's continue on and talk about this topic. Hey guys, I'm back. This is Salomon with Sam doing some recording gameplay footages of online games, and I wanted to talk about this topic for a while, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a very good job talking about this. But this topic is about online gaming and why am I not playing online games as often as I do compared to many other people. And some people want to say it's mostly due to skill issue, but for me it's more about, like, I don't know, it's not just about skill, but mostly because people just kind of forget what fun is, and people just take games way too seriously. Like, I'm not a very good, like a pro gamer or anything like that. I mostly play single player games more than online games, but overall, online gaming nowadays hasn't been that well received or good. Mostly, most people just play either Fortnite or just like buy games without thinking and then suddenly be like, oh yeah, we're gonna patch this game up for like 2 or 3 months or something like that, or over a year, and then the game is playable. Like a lot of multiplayer games nowadays, especially I enjoy online gaming, but mostly I enjoy online gaming that is an old game, like the old Call of Duty games, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original Battlefront 2, not the fucking stupid EA Disney-fied game that is still, I don't know if people still play that game anymore, but the problem I always have with online gaming is the fact that a lot of online games, especially in today's day and age, are either released as broken messes or just like forces you to buy DLC or microtransactions. And to me, it's kind of stupid because I want to play an online game to meet new people, to play some game, and not worry about skill issues or anything like that, Just meet new people, have fun playing on an online game, kind of similar like Team Fortress 2, Call of Duty 4, whatever. And for me, it's like, I don't care if I'm good or not. It's mostly about I just want to have fun, or meeting new people online and just shooting stuff. But for me to actually enjoy the online game, the game has to be optimized or doesn't force you about like microtransactions or people obsessing over like skins of your gun or your character or whatever. And it's like nowadays online gaming is just like a grind fest, and I really don't like that because grinding is so stupid, especially for online game. Because if you want to play, like I really miss like some of the older online games I played. For example, I played Killzone 2 multiplayer back a few years ago when the servers were still up, and I really had a lot of fun playing it online. But then a few years later, the game got the servers got shut down, and the multiplayer is no more. No, well, so it seems. But there are certain PS3 communities that actually try to bring back the online servers for older PS3 games back online, but you need to like use a different internet IP address to actually play those games or something like that. And I don't know, man, it's like it's kind of complicated a little bit. But overall, online gaming for me is just like, man, online gaming is not like, I don't know what it is, but it's like not for me because as you guys know, I'm not very like, my social interactions basically are non-existent. I don't really have many friends anymore. Most of my friends that I have, like one friend basically that used to live next door to me, is basically now grown up, has a family, has a normal life. But overall, we barely interact with each other. We don't talk to one another anymore. It's basically like we do talk, but we mostly just like wish each other happy birthday or something like that. But that's it overall. I don't know, man. It's like nowadays people just like, and I also think it's because of the whole pandemic thing that happened in 2020 is reasons why so many social interactions or interactions with other people in general become lower as time moves on, and less people just like are. Nowadays, people just blindly consume product without thinking, and a lot of online games, I usually still play, like, when it comes to online gaming, I want to play some older games mostly, because older online games have more variety, and people had more fun playing those games, like I said, older Call of Duty games, what else, Team Fortress 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, Killzone 2, Halo 3, and so many more. It's like, I remember when I saw Halo 3, I was like, oh my god, I want this game, I want an Xbox 360, and the online mode is also looks really fun. You can also do Forge and stuff, but I didn't buy Xbox 360 back in the day when it was launched, or my parents didn't buy me one because the problem is I live with a family that hate fun, and also they think gaming in general is for kids or something like that. Despite the fact there are many games that I own that are not meant for kids, like for example Resident Evil 4, God of War 3, especially Doom 2016 and stuff like that. But overall, it's just like, the reason I was not like jumping the shark to get an Xbox 360 is because you have to pay for online services to actually play, interact with people and play online. Well, things like PC or the PS3, online services were for free. Now, of course, the PS3 had its fair share of issues when it came to online. Like, for example, it was being hacked, and a lot of accounts were just like shut off, so that Sony can actually fix those problems and bring those accounts back. That was like years ago, somewhere in the 2000s, and afterwards didn't have any problems afterwards. I think they didn't. I don't know much of the details, but overall, online gaming nowadays is just like, especially with modern day consoles. Now every fucking console whether you buy, you have to pay for online. Now, of course, Xbox 360 started this trend where you have to pay to play online, but I feel like not every console need to compete with each other. Like that creates a lot of problems. Like the reason why I bought a PS3 over a PS4 when the PS4 first launched on the market was because I didn't buy. I bought the PS3 over PS4 is because PS4. A lot of PS4 specs felt like massive downgrades. For example, no backwards capability. You had to pay for online. The battery life for the PS4 controller is shorter than the PS3 controller, and etc. And a lot of during the launch, there weren't any mini games. Well, the PS3 had a lot of games you could easily buy for a cheaper price. For example, like they re-released God of War 3 for the PS4, but it still costed like 40, 60 euros or dollars. It depends which region or country you live in. And I went to a store that bought that sold a brand new copy of God of War 3, and I bought it only for 10 or 15 euros for that game. And I'm like, why do I need to buy a new console and a game that I already can play on an older console, but for a cheaper price, despite the fact that it's essentially the same fucking game you play on the older console. Like the PS4 remasters, I feel like they're not that good compared to like PS3s, because PS3 remasters, like I'm not saying all PS3 remasters are good. For example, I heard some really bad things about the Silent Hill remaster. Prince of Persia remaster wasn't as great. I'm not sure about the Splinter Cell HD remake or whatever, but overall, I feel like a lot of games nowadays just feel like they're like pandering to like an audience that don't play games or don't care about gaming in general. And I feel like a lot of modern online games, one of my biggest issues with online gaming nowadays is the fact that a lot of games just like, again, like with a lot of modern gaming in general, they take way too much space, and I feel like they cost way too much money. I feel like a lot of games nowadays is like a lot of modern game consoles and games. I feel like it's the way you see those prices stack up. I'm like, damn, do I need to like? It looks like you need like it will cost an arm and a leg as well to actually get those things. But I still feel like with modern online gaming, it's like they always sell these games like a broken mess. Like they always show these E3 trailers or alpha demos or something like that. That looks like, oh, good, look at that, how good the gameplay is. Look how realistic the graphics are. But then the official game comes out and people barely play it because it is released in an unstable and an unplayable mess. And then and the developers wonder why they don't make as much money. And of course, it's because you guys focus so much on good graphics and realism that you kind of forget that you're making a fucking game, not a fucking walking simulator or interactive movie. I feel like a lot of, especially AAA developers, are forgetting that. And Nintendo is also not better either with its online capabilities. Now with the Nintendo Switch's online service. Back in the day when the Switch first came out, the online services were free, but then of course they had to be on par with the Xbox and the PlayStations, and it'd be like, yeah, we can do that, but with a cheaper price. But of course, despite the fact that the online services are cheaper, like I don't know, like Xbox Live or PlayStation Network or whatever those cards are called nowadays, Nintendo Switch, even though it's cheaper, I hear the online services for Nintendo Switch are still really, really bad and have a lot of problems. Now, of course, some games play, I think, fine. So I feel like people still play Mario Kart 8 on online. Like, I still have, I can still use for a whole month, like a Nintendo Switch online service for free. But that's only for a month. But after that month period ends, I'm not sure if it's gonna force me to like force my wallet out, my credit card to pay like 12 gazillion, like 40 euros for a 12-month subscription or whatever, and other like that. I feel like a lot of with online gaming and gaming in general nowadays, a lot of developers, especially in AAA development, even Nintendo, are not that far behind. I feel like they're just using scummy practices just to take your money away from me. Now I understand that some people say it's business, but what good is a business if your product is gonna suck and it's unattested or unplayable? And it's really annoying, honestly, because online gaming, a lot of online games, especially during the 7th generation of consoles back in PS3 and Xbox 360 days, a lot of online games brought a lot of people together. Games like Halo 3, the original Halo 3, Modern Warfare 2, Killzone 2, Resistance games, Mag, whatever, and the problem is that over the years the developers are not supporting those games, and they shut down the older servers, despite the fact that many people still play them, many people still have fun with those servers. Now I heard that Microsoft actually fixed and brought back the old servers for the old Call of Duty games on the Xbox 360, I think that's cool, I guess, but the problem is, like, what's the point of these games if you're gonna shut down the servers anytime soon, because they're not gonna last forever. And Steam is also doing a lot of stupid, crappy things, like, for example, if you haven't bought the original games, like the original BioShock or the original Batman Arkham games or whatever, Steam forces you, they remove the original games and then replace them with the remasters, remakes, and I'm like, why? And like I said, a lot of these companies and a lot of people who blindly consume product always have the same mentality. Older, no, that's my mentality. Newer is better, and if you don't like new things, you're a instrophobe or you hate fun or whatever, and you don't get with the times. And I'm like, no, I don't like newer stuff because it sucks. I'm not liking the stuff. If it sucks, I'm not liking it. Like, how hard it is for the people to understand, because if a product sucks or if it's really bad or mediocre, why should I care about that product? Like, I'm not that stupid. Like, I'm not going out there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna buy the new Modern Warfare 2 or something like that. But despite the fact that I could easily buy for a cheaper price the old Modern Warfare 2 and play it. And to my surprise, for the PlayStation 3, the old Call of Duty games online servers are still up for some reason, and that is amazing, because Call of Duty community, especially the older one, are still alive and kicking, because they're not fans of the newer games, or the fact that people just don't want to buy newer consoles or can't afford them, like myself included, because there's a limit to how much people can spend and can afford. And the fact that a lot of these companies or like casuals or something like that don't understand that not everyone is rich out of their ass or have a hard time finding jobs that pay well. No, it's like people don't understand, because we can't always afford the newest and latest things, because with online gaming, like I said, nowadays it's just like, oh yeah, we have an online game, but if you want this game to be properly fixed, then give us more money, buy microtransactions, buy DLC, buy our skins for our weapons or characters. And I'm like, you should have done this. You should have not charged us extra money for a game that we already wasted for 60, 70 or $80 or $100 or whatever, if people are stupid enough to pre-order like special editions or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not gonna waste so much money if your product sucks, or if the product doesn't appeal to me. I could already buy a cheaper game, original game for older console for a cheaper price, because why do I need to waste money if you're not gonna release a game in a working order on actual release date? And it's not just online games, but also single player games as well. Nintendo fans in general are basically I hate to say this, but a lot of Nintendo fans are idiots because a lot of Nintendo fans are just basically blindly consuming product because as long as it has the brand of Pokemon or Zelda or whatever, they're just gonna blindly buy that game and not care about if the game is broken or glitchy or unplayable or something like that. They don't care because as long as it has the brand name, Pokemon, Digimon, or whatever, they're gonna buy it regardless. And I'm like, why do you keep supporting these companies if they're gonna keep on releasing shitty products? And like I said, people are not becoming smarter, and that's not a good thing because people never think things through: what they should buy, how they should buy it, and what they need to buy. And that is really worrisome when it comes to online gaming in general. Oh boy, oh man, Man, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, online gaming. What do you guys think about online games? Do you still play older online games, or do you prefer newer ones? Do you guys think Do you think that online gaming should be finished, or just people should accept the fact that they're broken messes or not? Like I said, I'm ranting here, but the reason why I rant is because I'm really passionate about the things I grew up with: gaming, animation, movies, TV shows, whatever. I'm not watching a lot of live action TV shows. I only watch like very few. But like I said, I personally prefer more animation than live action. But that's my personal preference. But anyways. Yeah, but let me guys know, because I'm really worried about the future of gaming and entertainment in general, because a lot of people just don't understand that there are some things that don't, like, newer doesn't always mean better, because if you keep blindly consuming a product despite the quality or how it works, then you're gonna just keep on destroying the things that people fondly grew up with, and not care, and it's hard for me to explain, honestly. Like, it's really like people don't think things through anymore, and that's worrisome, because nowadays it's just like entertainment in general, especially in today's day and age, it's not very good. Nowadays it's just about modern day politics, it's about representation, it's about this and that, and I'm like, nobody cares about this. Like I said many times before, entertainment in general is made for people that want to escape or take a short break from the harshness of the real world. We don't need this stupid women are better than men, blah blah blah. Give us more money despite the fact that we wasted $60, because we're gonna patch it in a few months or a year to patch this online game or whatever. We fooled you. We're not gonna do that, and it's like, listen to actual fans of these entertainments rather than listen to a minority group that don't even buy your product, or you don't even freaking care about the things you actually turn out. Because if you keep pandering to casuals or people that don't even care about your entertainment in general, they only care about like, oh, who ends up with who or whatever, and I'm like, don't pander to people that basically have no passion, no creativity, no care in the world about what's good or bad. Then you're gonna keep on losing money, and we're not gonna keep on getting good products. And people who actually are intelligent or smart, they're not gonna buy your product, and it's gonna get worse if you keep on doing that. Anyways, I'm done. Hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay footage. I'm sorry if it's laggy a little bit. Like I said, my computer is not meant for recording games, even single-player games. Like I said, I still need to look for a new computer, because I also have a problem with my laptop that it has a 3-hour time limit, where if I use my laptop for 3 hours, then later on it's going to show on the screen activate Windows bar, and I can't activate Windows anymore because there's this stupid error message, and my laptop is old. It originally came with Windows 7, so not Windows 10, so I can't activate Windows anymore. So I have to restart my laptop every like 3 hours so that watermark can go away. Anyways, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you agree with me, and yeah, hope this is Salmon17 signing off.